A portion of this video is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. For more information about Sheath Underwear, visit the link in the description or wait till the end of this video to hear more from me. Another group feeling the wrath of Donald Trump and the betrayal of Donald Trump and the lies of Donald Trump and the broken promises of Donald Trump. Alabama. People, hundreds of people are having hundreds of dollars removed from their bank accounts, debited from their accounts. People who are already in a desperate or desperate adjacent position because they're getting grants to help them pay for their utility bills. So this story is twofold, threefold. One thing I want to talk about is independent media, and I'll get to there. But one is that Donald Trump promised to bring down energy prices. The opposite is happening. Energy prices are rising. Two, people who, not all these people, we don't know their political affiliation, but it's Alabama, so you can take a guess at what their politics are. They're being harmed by this. So not only are prices going up, but people are being charged more because Donald Trump's government efficiency is withholding grant money that's already been appropriated, which, for the sake of accuracy, is illegal. It is unconstitutional, against the law. The other thing is, I want to say this because this reporting is coming from Judd Legum at Popular.info. It's his Substack. It's his independent media outlet, which does banger work. If you are someone who, you like YouTube, you like the written word, you like this kind of journalism, go to Popular.info, and for $6 a month, or I don't know how much it costs, I pay for this. It's a remarkable resource for accurate reporting that oftentimes, more often than not, I think, gets picked up by major outlets like the New York Times or the Washington Post and other TV outlets. So it's legit reporting, independent media. They're not corporate owned. That's the commercial for it. So I don't know Judd. I don't know him. I support his work financially and by reading it. And I think you should too. It is important. Here's the headline. Trump executive order leads to $100 energy bill hike for hundreds in Alabama. Donald Trump promised that as president, he would drastically lower Americans' energy bills. We're going to make it a much, much different place, Donald Trump said in November, in a November 14th speech at Mar-a-Lago. We're going to slash energy costs. We're gonna get your energy bills in half. Does it add a little flair when I do my terrible impression of Donald Trump? Leave a comment below. But hundreds of Alabama residents are receiving $100 surcharges on their energy bills as a direct result of Trump's actions in the White House. About 250 customers of Huntsville Utilities, this is just one utility company in Alabama, by the way, over 250 or about 250 customers of Huntsville Utilities, the public utility company in Huntsville, Alabama, received a letter informing them that their account, quote, has been debited $100. The surcharge occurred because one of Trump's executive orders froze a grant that assists low-income residents with their energy bills. A grant that has already been appropriated. Again, unconstitutional, illegal. Looting of the Treasury. Here's the letter. Let me read from that. Dear customer, this letter informs you that your above referenced utility account has been debited for $100. Let me say this as I'm getting here. Look, I'm not in a position to I'm not rich. I drive a Toyota. We're a one-car family. We're not wealthy. But there has been a time in my life where I counted change to put gas in the car and having the power turned off. I've gone through this. And not super distant in the past, not yesterday, not last year, but in the recent past. And having $100 just taken from your account can be catastrophic for someone. And Donald Trump, who acts like he's the champion for the little guy and loves America and is all this patriotism bullshit, he doesn't care about them. Otherwise, a guy, him, who wouldn't miss if $10,000 was taken, he certainly doesn't give a shit about someone whose life can be upended by the loss, the unexpected removal from their bank account without their permission of $100. I think there's probably a lot of you out there can identify with that too. Immoral, disgusting. Community Action of Huntsville, Madison, and Limestone counties has notified us that the grant you received, wow, it's getting even worse here, that the grant you received for $100 on January 23rd, 2025 is no longer valid due to President Trump's executive order to rescind the funding behind the grant. The grant you received for $100 has been debited from your account and will be due with your next invoice. Money that was received has been taken back. Exactly what they did with the city of New York, except that was $80 million from that particular municipality, the largest city in the United States. Certainly not as, even though the scale is greater, not as big a deal as $100 from somebody who needs a grant to help them pay for electricity in their home. Donald Trump, it seems, is hell-bent on creating a whole new generation of people who struggle with homelessness. He seems that's the stated objective. In an email, Mike Presley of the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs confirmed that the letter from Huntsville Utilities was genuine and the $100 increase was the direct result of Trump's executive order. Alabama received a, quote, $1 million allocation for the LIHEAP program from the Infrastructure Investments and Jobs Act for fiscal year 2025, Presley wrote. Under the IIJA, eligible households that receive a heating assistance from the regular low-income energy assistance program funds also receive a supplemental award of $100 from all these acronyms, from these other funds to help with home heating costs until those funds are depleted. But, according to Presley, this supplemental funding is currently paused due to President Trump's executive order titled Unleashing American Energy. So are you unleashing it? Are you lowering the costs? Or are not only costs rising, but you're also stopping assistance with helping pay for those rising energy costs, Trump? What is it? Liar? Which is it? Donald? The executive order states that, quote, agencies shall immediately pause the disbursement of funds appropriated through the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. Breaking the law. You cannot rescind a law with an executive order. You need to go back to Congress and have them rewrite the law or negate the law, and then you sign that into law. It's a little thing you can find within the document that you love to talk about, the Constitution of the United States of America. Republicans. The executive order says it is designed to address high energy costs, including utility bills, but in Alabama, it is having the opposite effect. It is not immediately known how many people will be similarly impacted nationwide. Last paragraph, quote, the Trump-Vance administration's promise to slash Americans' electricity rates is turning out to be a blatant con job, leaving struggling families to foot the bill, literally. Daniel Tate of the Energy Policy Institute told Popular Information. Instead of lower rates, many folks are getting sucker punched with unexpected charges and revoked utility bill assistance. We just started here. January 20th. I mean, we're not even a month out. We're 3 weeks out right now. What do you think? If you live in Alabama, if you know somebody was affected by this, I'd love to know. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Really close to 1 million subscribers. That was weird. It is crazy. Just nuts. Insane. Unfathomable. It's not something I can process that I'm going to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. If I think too much about it, I get a little weepy because it's emotional. Anyway, you can help me get there, and we together can continue this fight. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere, and I will see you next time. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Be genuine. Take care of one another. I talk nearly every day about how divided we are as a country and the havoc that this division wreaks. But not all divisions are bad, right? As a mathematical concept, for instance, division allows you to split things into equal parts, allowing for equal shares. Division of labor has, for thousands of years, allowed humans to evolve their efficiency and specialization when working on certain tasks. And you can ask any kid to tell you that dinner is far better when the meat is divided from the veg. And what's more annoying than when you're sitting at a cramped table or out in the humid weather than having your meat smashed into your two veg? Is the meat and veg metaphor working here? It's time to divide and conquer with Sheath. Sheath makes the most comfortable boxer briefs I have ever worn. Regular boxers are just too loose and bunchy and not great. And briefs are just a smush fest. Sheath are the solution. Head to sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore to score 20% off and upgrade to the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. I'm wearing a pair right now, and indeed, that may be all I'm wearing under the desk here. But really, sheaths are the only underwear I wear. Absolutely fact. Their testicular tech features dual pouches to keep your mane apart from your sides. More dinner metaphors. Note, if you're not into the division for some reason, you don't have to use the dual pouches at all. Just throw your sheaths on like regular pair of underwear and you're good to go. Also, Sheath's stretchy fabric is super soft and made with moisture-wicking technology to keep your president and his cabinet cool and comfortable throughout the rigors of the day. I love my sheaths all the time, but they are particularly clutch in the sticky heat of DC summers, which is basically like 9 months out of the year. They were invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq. The idea for sheath came from discomfort in harsh environments. As a former Marine stationed in that part of the world, I get the inspiration. The airflow meshes are my personal favorite, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. Pick a pair and Sheath will hand them to your doorstep nearly instantly thanks to blindingly fast shipping and amazing customer service. Also, Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders. So with your purchase, you're making the world a better place too. Upgrade your undergarments, score 20% off right now when you head to sheath.com and use code Dollemore. Divide and conquer your discomfort with Sheath underwear.